Hello, online crew, and welcome to today's live where we are going to talk about your results with either doubling, tripling, or even 10xing your income. Who would like to be able to do that? So sometimes I think we need to strip things back and have real and raw conversations about what it takes to really get results in our industry. And what I mean by our industry is if you're in a home-based business, network marketing, direct selling, social selling, multi-level marketing, you're in one of those kind of business models. If you want to double, triple, or 10x that income, there's a couple of things that you need to concentrate on, but one main one. So that's what I want to share with you and just have a real sort of conversation about what it actually takes, because everybody wants the result, but no one's willing to do the work. Well, you think you want to do the work, but when it really comes down to it, you've either got a lack of belief or lots of fears, or you're not creating enough content. You don't want to show your face on camera. You don't want to create micro video content, like all of the things. There's fears and blocks that get in the way. But if you really do want to double, triple, or 10x your income, there's certain things that you need to do. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Firstly, before I get into that, we had an amazing conversation on Clubhouse yesterday regarding conversations. So how do you have effective conversations on social media? How do you prospect through those conversations? We just had such a great conversation. Please catch the replay of the Clubhouse. If you go to helenmartinonline.com/events, all the links for the week's training, they're all on there, and that'll click through to the replay link there. If you want that sent to you, just put Clubhouse replay in the comments, and I'll get that across to you. Okay, but that was a really good conversation. If you are in my coaching community, we just finished the live Q&A Zoom call for May, the first one. There's another one tonight for those in the UK and Australia. We just had a really good conversation about your daily method of operation, weekly method of operation. What the hell should you be doing every day and every week in your business to be effective? And we just had a really deep conversation about conversations. And one of our members was brave enough to put up the conversations on screen, and I went through them and said, well, this is what I would have said. This is what I would have done. So if you're a coaching community member, go and catch the replay of that live Q&A that I just finished. It's gold. As one of our members, Christina, put it, it wasn't a whole lot of golden nuggets. It was a whole lot of golden, I don't know, it was a golden bombshell or something. What did you say, Christina? You're on the live. I can see you here. I can't remember what the word that you used. But if you're here live with me, say hello. We've got Cherie in the house. Hello, how are you? Hello, Sonia. Great to see you on. Beth, great to see you here. Christina, good to see you. Oh, gold mine. It was a gold mine of golden nuggets. Thank you. Thanks, Beth. You said that as well. And those watching on Instagram, hello as well. I'll get that replay link to you, Marsha. Or Marcia. Which one is it? Okay, so let's go into this. If you're in this industry, one of the things that you want to strive for is obviously customers. Customers creates a really stable business. Customers keeps your company and you out of trouble with, the FTC, Fair Trading Commission. Is that what it's called? So you want to be above board. You want to have a customer base. People that talk about, pyramid schemes and all that kind of stuff. Pyramid schemes is a business without any customers. So it's just people making money off people making money. And that's dodgy if any of you are involved in a business like that. So there's got to be some kind of product base. And when you do have a lot of customers, then you've got more of a stable business because there's income coming in while you're building a team. Okay, so that's always a good thing to concentrate on. It's one of the things that you can get new people started with, customers, because often it's easier to get customers than it is to get teammates. So it's a good way to get people started, and you always want to be growing your customer base because it does bring you a more stable business given. However, if you want to double, triple, or 10x your business, you have to recruit. That's the way that you will earn more income and get to that residual income level that you strive for. Is you've got to keep recruiting. Okay, not necessarily easy, but we've got to keep doing it. And I want to share in this video 2 of the things that I believe that you need to do to be really good at that. Okay, So you want to recruit the people that are in your team. If you've got a team, how many of you have got a team? If you've got a team of some sort, even a team of one is a team, just say yes in the comments that you've got people that you are working with. Those people that you are working with right now probably won't get you to the next level. So if you truly want to double, triple, or 10x your income, you need to bring fresh blood into your business all the time. You need to keep recruiting, because it's not necessarily even the people that you recruit, it's the people that those people bring in. Often it's in that person's network. There might be some kind of rock star that's not the person you recruited, but the person you recruited brings in a rock star. It's the networks of the people that you bring in that help double, triple, and 10x your income. But you have to keep bringing new people in. It needs to be a focus if you want to build residual income effectively. And I'll say it again, the people that are in your team right now aren't probably the people that are going to help you double, triple, and 10x your business. You need to keep recruiting to be able to achieve that. Is that fair enough? Like, do you accept that that is reality? To able to actually literally double or literally triple your income and get to that residual income, level that you want to, that you need to keep bringing people into your business. Is that fair? Let me know if you think that's a fair sort of comment, okay? So, yes, Beth, don't ever stop recruiting. People always drop off, and always strive for more. And that's the thing with this kind of industry, this model as well, is people will drop out. So if you're not continually recruiting, sometimes when you're recruiting, you're just replacing the people that are dropping off. So again, to double, triple, or even 10x your income, you need to be bringing in more people that are dropping off. And that's a challenge. So how do we do that? You know that is a conversation for hours on how you effectively do that, the systems that you've got in your business, the systems that you've got in your company. Like, there's so many things to consider. But there's two things that I'm really harping in on this at the moment, and we just talked about this on the coaching community call as well, and with my VIP students yesterday. There's two things that you really want to concentrate on, and that is, one, creating intentional content, attraction marketing strategies, learning how to attract people to you. So that's creating intentional content. If you're not creating consistent sort of regular content, there's nothing for really people to be curious about. There's nothing to draw them to. They're looking at somebody else because you don't have enough content out there. If you're not doing stories, if you're not doing reels, if you're not doing curiosity posts, if you're not doing written posts, if you're not doing engagement posts, if you're not creating intentional content to get eyeballs on you for whatever it is that problems you solve, they're looking at somebody else. Okay? So if you want to attract more people to you, you've got to create intentional content. It's got to be a priority of yours to be able to recruit the people that you want to, okay, in the niche area that you're in. The second thing is creating intentional conversations. So we've got intentional content and intentional conversations. And those two things, as well as being organized to do all of that, you have to be organized to be really good and to even have a think of doubling your income, let alone tripling it or 10xing it. Is you've got to be organized to be able to create intentional content and intentional conversations. But you can't have one without the other. If you really want to delve deep into attraction marketing and get more people, you're attracting more people to you, you've got to have great content. You've got to have consistent content. You've got to have regular content about what it is that you do and what problems that you solve for people. So if you need to focus on better content, do that to attract people to you. But you can't attract a lot of people to you without actually having intentional conversations. No customers happen and no teammates happen without actually having a proper conversation, correct? You've got to have skills in learning how to, transition somebody that puts up their hand through maybe your content and go, okay, I'm curious, what is that? How do you turn that person into a customer, or how do you turn that person into a, team builder, somebody in your business? You have to know how to transition that conversation from somebody that you attract to somebody that you convert into a customer or a teammate. And that just doesn't happen without you learning good skills on how to have intentional conversations. Even what I shared yesterday about how to start a conversation with people. I've done a lot of training just recently in my coaching community and with my VIPs about conversations. Because what I'm recognizing from a lot of people in the industry, let me know if this is true for you, that you struggle to have the conversations, or you're unbalanced in the fact that you're creating a lot of content, but you're having no conversations with anybody. You can't 10x your business if you're just pushing out content, but that content isn't converting to having a conversation to actually convert somebody to a sale. They are equally important. So if you're at that point in your business where I'm like, I'm so confused, I'm learning all these things on social media, and I'm doing, I've been thrown into email marketing, and I'm learning how to do lead magnets, and somebody's even talking about a website and this and that and all that, and you're learning all the things, and you're learning about all the different platforms. What I would encourage you to think about and strip it back to is, people will do better in this industry when you have some results of your own. Stop watching training after training after training after training on how to learn to build your business on social media, and concentrate on just the trainings that are going to help you create better content, to create curiosity and attract people to you, and have better conversations. Because again, I will reiterate, even if you attract people to you, do you know some people won't reach out and go, yeah, I want to buy that, or I want to join your team. If you're lucky enough and you've got enough influence, good luck to you for that. That's awesome. But most people are not going to have the influence. They haven't been on social media long enough. They're not really good at having effective conversations. So it's a skill that you need to learn. It's a skill that you need to learn to attract the people to you, and then convert them through your conversation skills into a customer or a team member. But if you want to recruit more people, you have to get really good at both those things. And I would just really encourage you, if you're in the weeds with all the things that you're learning about how to build a business on social media, you need to stop and think and go back to basics and go, okay, I'm just going to concentrate on creating lots of really good content. And that's obviously a whole nother discussion. Are you doing micro video content? Are you doing Facebook Lives? Are you doing stories? Are you doing written posts? Are you doing engaging posts? What kind of content are you creating? It should be a mix of entertaining content, empowering content, education type content, bringing in the emotion in your content. Like, that's a whole different conversation, obviously, with the type of content. But what I would really encourage you to do in this day and age in 2023 is be more real with your content. You show up more, do less crafted content, and speak more. Show up, show your face on social media, do things like this. I'm live here at the moment on my business page, in my free group, on YouTube, and on Instagram. I show up multiple times a week. We're on Clubhouse once a week. That's only audio. I can't see you. You can be in your pajamas. I could be in mine. But I'm showing up multiple times every week, delivering value and sharing, tips and things like that. Like, I'm showing up all the time. Are you showing up all the time? Don't let it exhaust you, though. Don't be a slave to social media. And that all comes, with having a good plan. Batch some content. Put one time aside, 1 week, 1 day of the week, batch a whole lot of content, write some posts, have a handful of engagement posts. If you're in my coaching community, there's well over 100, I think there's 116 or 118 engagement posts for you to choose from. There's that many, again, of content creation ideas. I give them to you every single week. You don't even have to think about it. You can go to my coaching community and go and choose one and use that. That's a great starting point. But how are you organizing that? Okay, so things about content. Share what you're learning. The best way to get traction with your content on social media is to learn something, turn around and teach it. So whether you're product-based or you're business-based, or you're like me, I do product on TikTok, I do business on Instagram and Facebook. So I've got a couple of different ways that I position myself for different reasons. TikTok is more of a buying audience. They love buying products. That's why I've rebranded myself on TikTok, and I'm sharing my health journey over there. Okay, on Instagram, on my business page, I talk business, I show up, I share tips and strategies with you. So work out, how are you showing up on social media? What are you talking about? But are you showing up? Don't hide behind shared posts. Don't hide behind inspirational quotes. Don't hide behind pictures of other people. Show up. That's what you need to do in 2023. And you need to show up consistently, but consistently in a way that's manageable for you. Don't be a slave to your social media. Nobody wants that. You want a really good balance. But in a way that you've planned it out. Like I was just talking in my coaching community, there's 7 days in a week. Let's say you're on Facebook. How many times are you posting on Facebook? How many days in a week? There's 7 days a week. Do you need to post every day? No, you don't. Should you be in your stories every day? Yeah. Multiple times a day if you can handle it? Yes. Can you be a lot braver about the products that you use, the business that you're in, residual income, multiple streams of income, all that kind of stuff in your stories? Yeah, go for it. Should you lead with your company? No. Should you be scared to mention your company? No. Mention it every now and again. Just don't mention it all the time, because you're the brand. You're the person. It's your personality. It's you. What are you bringing to the table? Are people getting to know, like, and trust you? Like, just go back to some basics and simplify it. For attraction marketing to really work, people need to know, like, and trust you. You would have heard that a million times, I'm sure. So how are you helping people get to know, like, and trust you? Be really intentional about it. Don't be that person that's last minute going, I should have posted something today, I haven't, and then you feel guilty about it. You're wasting brain space thinking about what you should post. Then the time comes around, you haven't really sorted out yet, so you don't post anything. And then the next day you're kicking yourself and you're all down on yourself because you didn't post anything. And then suddenly 7 days have gone by or 5 days have gone by and you haven't posted anything at all. But you wasted a hell of a lot of time thinking about what you should post, but you didn't actually post. And then you were thinking about the fact that you didn't post it, and you've wasted a whole lot of energy thinking about something that you never did. Anyone relate to that? Social media can be exhausting. Don't be that person. So share your journey. Share what you're learning. You learn something from me, you turn around and you teach it straight away to your audience. Okay? Give credit where credit's due. If you need to do that, don't pitch anyone else's content. Don't deliver anyone else's content 100%, because you need to find your own voice on social media. That's why people will be attracted to you and not me, because it's your voice, it's your perspective, it's what you care about, it's how you help people. There are enough people on social media for you to have an amazing audience, an amazing business, and to double it and triple it and 10x it, but not if you don't have regular, consistent, intentional content and regular, consistent, and intentional conversations. Stay in those lanes. If you need more money in your bank account, your business is not where you need it to be, stay in those lanes. Intentional content, intentional conversations. How do you create intentional content? Know your brand, know what problems you help people with, turn up, be yourself, show your face, get in your stories, talk, do video, micro video, all of the things, intentional content, okay? And then intentional conversations. Learn how to have conversations. Pick up what I said in my video. No, it wasn't yesterday. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, no, it was one of last week's. I didn't go live yesterday. We were on Clubhouse yesterday. Last week's. It was one of last week's training when I talked about how do you start conversations. Or is that tomorrow's? I'm in that many places teaching so many different things. I don't even know what I'm saying where. But for those in my coaching community, the last 2 weeks training is gold for you on conversations, like the biggest mistakes people make with conversations and how to transition a conversation from the friend zone to your business. Okay, go and watch those trainings on repeat. Like, that's a good use of your time. And like, there's plenty of trainings regarding content. But are you getting my message? Are you hearing me? I'm just repeating myself now. Intentional content and intentional conversations, and just get really good at those things to start with, and then go and branch out on everything else that you want to learn on social media. But get really good and really focused at those two things, so you can continue to attract people to you and then have the right conversations to recruit, because you need to recruit more people to be able to improve your income. And if you want to double, triple, or 10x your income in your business, you need to recruit. That's where that kind of income comes from. And it's not only the people you recruit, it's the people that they recruit. So, you've got to have good systems to help, duplicate and things like that. There's so many different directions I could take this conversation, but I'm trying to hone in on those two things. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Just checking in with a couple of comments here. Yep, fair. My biggest producing recruit ever is no longer with me and my company. Bugger. So you need to go and find some more people to recruit. That's what it's all about in this industry. It's just reality of where we're at. Hey, Laurie, how are you? Intentional conversations, not just dancing around. Yeah, that's exactly right. Learning to have intentional, deep conversations with training and practicing daily conversations. Well done, Cherie. Yeah, talk fast, I know. Social media is exhausting. It can be when you're not focused. And that's why I want to hone in this with you. Get really laser focused. Intentional content, intentional conversations. Get laser focused so you don't find social media exhausting. And to be really good with intentional content and intentional conversations, you have to be better at being organized and planning out your content. If you're that last minute person and you're wasting all that energy that I was talking about, you will find social media exhausting. So I know when I go into a week and all my content's planned out, the week just, I know what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, where I am for the most part. It's just freeing to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing what I'm talking about. If I go into a week and none of that's planned, it's just an exhausting week. I know which way I want to work. How do you want to work? Yes, Yvette, intentional content, intentional conversations. That's got to be your mantra. That's a new affirmation for you. I'm going to get really good at intentional content and intentional conversations. I'm going to get really good at intentional content and intentional conversations. Okay? Say that multiple times a day. Tell yourself you're going to do it so you can actually go off and achieve it. And just remember, you do need to get really good at recruiting, but you can't get good at recruiting without those two things if you want to 10x your income. Okay? So join me tomorrow. I know I'm talking about something that leads on from this conversation, but I can't remember what it is, but just show up with me because I know it's good. I just remember I planned out my content to build on each other this week. So tomorrow is building on this week. I just can't remember what it is. I've already been on calls for hours today already, so sometimes I forget. But join me tomorrow and we'll continue the conversation. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Just stay in the lane, guys. Stay focused. Don't let social media exhaust you. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.